How to manage your data. Use the Data Administration module to manage your groups and students in your groups. You can see how many groups you have and how many students in each group within this module. Each group has a unique activation code that you will use to register students in that specific group. Review the section on how to register students in case you have any questions. You can manage your students from within this module. You can delete a student by selecting their name and then clicking on the Remove Student button. You can also edit the student's information by clicking on the Edit Student button. In this section, you will be able to change the student's information. For example, you can change the group that a student is registered in by selecting a new group. The student will now be in the selected group and the system will carry all of the student's information. How to send personalized exams and homework to students. As a teacher, you can send practices and exams to your students. You can send these practices and exams on a specific subject or based on specific peaks that need reinforcement or practice. You can send them to one specific student, to a whole group, or to all of your groups. Click on the Personalized Test System button to create a new exam or homework. A pop-up window will show up to customize the exam or homework you wish to send. In the first field, you can select the person that will be receiving the exam, from one single student to all of your classes at one time. Second, select the language in which you will be sending the exam. You can choose to send it in English or Spanish. The option Evaluation Type will allow you to choose between a practice, an exam, or a benchmark. Let us look at the difference. Practices are like homework. The student is allowed to make mistakes and practice until able to obtain 5 correct answers. Each incorrect answer takes away 1 correct answer. With the exam, questions are posed and answers are evaluated when students finish answering questions. The benchmark option will generate a PDF file with an exam similar to a STAR test. The Style field will generate a STAR type exam with questions and answers as multiple choice answers, or a Freedom Run regular exam using the Level 2 thinking map. The field Quantity will allow you to determine how many questions the exam or practice will have. The field Time Limit allows you to set a time limit for students to answer the exam. Create on Next to create the exam. There are 2 ways to select the content that you wish to evaluate, by tics or by structure. In the first option, you can select up to 10 different tics, and the system will generate an exam based on those selected. The second option is by structure, based on the application's index. The system is divided in units, chapters, and lessons. The teacher is allowed to select the content that they wish to evaluate. In case the 3 fields are set to all, a final exam will be generated and sent. You can evaluate 1 chapter, 1 lesson, or any specific information you are requiring to evaluate. Click on the Generate button to generate the exam and send it to students. The system will show you the questions that the students will receive. If you need to generate a different exam because you did not like these questions, for example, simply click on the Back button. If you do like the questions that have been generated, click on the Send button and the system will send the exam to your students. When a teacher sends an exam or homework to a student, a special button in App 2 is activated. The exam button takes the students to the exam or homework that needs to be completed. The student must click on this icon to open and complete the homework or exam sent by the teacher. Before starting the exam, the system invites students to review the basic information needed to complete the exam, indicating the modules where this information can be located. When clicking on it, a new screen with the Freedom Run icon will pop up. Click on the system's icon to open and complete the homework assigned by the teacher. The exam or practice will then start, and the students will have to complete it. If students decide to abandon the exam or homework without finishing it, they can do so by clicking on the Exit button. The system will then request that the student reconfirms this decision and will then send the partial results to the database.